Hello, welcome to another episode of Ask the Coach. Should you tell a recruiter your salary? Hey, this is Laurie Jane, Ask the Coach and founder of The Inside Game, here with another weekly question that I take from all over the country from many, many different sources. And this one is from Gary in North Carolina. Should you tell a recruiter your salary? Now, Gary, this question is going to be answered geared towards independent recruiters that work for agencies and not a recruiter that works for the company where you're interviewing with or who you're interviewing with. So there are many reasons why we ask about salary. And the short answer is yes, you should tell them. So trust me, we're not asking for reasons that you think. Here's what most people don't realize. That question tells us a whole host of information about you, where you are in your career, if your salary expectations are realistic, if you're underpaid, and so on. So when someone says, I'd rather not share my salary, that usually means one or two things. And it does happen. Either you are seriously underpaid, or you're really not overpaid, but you're way out of the range of what the job requires, and you don't want that number to scare us off. So let me say this again. You absolutely need to tell the recruiter your salary, but with a backstory. So if you feel like you're over qualified for the job, have a backstory ready. Say, listen, I worked really hard in this role. I was under a tremendous amount of pressure. My family suffered. I suffered. I just don't want those responsibilities anymore. This is the role I'm seeking, and don't let my salary scare you off. Beautiful. Now we're building a trust. I understand you, and everything is great, and I'm going to continue to advocate for you. Now, the opposite could happen. You know what? I was a fool. I, wanted a good job. I was willing to take anything, and I was grossly underpaid. We know it. We know what you're probably worth in the marketplace. We know what if you're a senior network security engineer, we know what they're getting paid. And if their average salary is 150 and you're telling me you're making 90, trust me, we know you're way underpaid. So just be honest with us, let us know, and then we can start to build a trust and rapport. So it's very important for you to be open and honest about your salary. It really does tell us a lot. So, plus, just explain the context, explain what changed. Let me understand your story a little bit. Let me get to know you and what's important to you. And then I'll be very grateful that you were so honest and you were able to share this. And then I can tell that story to my client and why you impress me and what it is that you're looking for. So it's really important that you do that. I am not going to go through the entire process with anybody that is not honest enough to share that very basic, important number that we need, because I am not going to go through this process and at the end have them say, well, the salary doesn't work for me. Well, of course it doesn't work because we went into this whole process blind. And another thing, I have to tell the company what you're looking for. They won't interview you unless they know what salary that you're interested in. I can't just say, well, they're going to just leave it up in the air. No, sorry, that doesn't work. We need a number. Okay, so it's absolutely important that you do that. So that number tells us a few other things too. It says, are you confident? Are you struggling? Are you exploring? Okay. And why does it do that? Because if you're confident, you're priced right, and we understand that, and you've been building a solid career. Are you struggling? You've been underpaid for many, many years, and you might be struggling right now. And that's fine. We want to help you to get where you need to be. So we'll help you with that. And it also might say if you're exploring as well. So if you're a little bit out of the norm for what that role typically goes for, you may be just exploring, but that's fine too. I'm not judging. I just like to know what I'm dealing with going in here. And it does really help everybody. And tell them, hey, I'm just exploring. I feel like I'm going to lose my job in the next 6 months. I'm really targeting this type of salary and these types of roles. Is it realistic? use us in that way as well. Okay. We have a host of information that we can provide you if you're honest and open with us. So let me just say this. I know a lot of people think that we're trying to lowball you and try to get you, at the best rate ever. That never works for us. Okay. Because if we can't make you happy in a salary, we know that you're going to be a flight risk once you take the job and then you find something that's a better salary for you later. So we really do not want to do that. If anything, we just don't want to waste your time and we don't want to waste our time as well. So that's very important for you to know. I personally will never ever push you into a job that I feel is not the right fit for you. There's too many other people that I can talk to and work with that are better fits. So, oh, another thing is I know when my client can pay more than what they're giving me. They might give me a range, but I always ask a client when I'm taking an opening, hey, if I bring you someone that has everything, a complete rock star, but they're looking for maybe 20, $30,000 more than what you're asking, would you like to see that candidate? And if they say, listen, I'd love to, but I just can't pay it, that I know. So, just understand that I know this information about my client. So if you're going to have the strategy that, oh, once they talk to me, they're going to want to pay me more. It doesn't work. I've never seen it work. Maybe you have, but in my 25 years, that doesn't work. There's a lot of reasons why they can't do it. And probably the biggest one is equity in the department. So if the senior guy in their department is making 150 and they bring this hotshot guy in at 180, that's going to create a lot of issues, and it should. So salary is very, very tricky. So just be honest. Tell me about your intentions, and trust me, I will tee you up in the best light possible. And I know that that's really important. If you could just be honest about that, then everybody ends up working out, to everyone's best interest. So if you're not comfortable with giving a salary, but you still want to work with us, just give me a range. Say, listen, I would like to stay within this range. We need something. Okay. So, Laurie, Mr. Recruiter, I can't go for anything under 110. I can't pay my bills. I can't function. Great. Then I know that that's the rock bottom price for you is 110. I'm going to do everything in my power to get you over that because remember, the more you get paid, the more we get paid. Okay. So we're not trying to lowball you at all. So get that thought, out of your mind. But we just want to keep everything transparent and aligned to this right opportunity. So the next time a recruiter asks your salary, just don't assume the worst. Just be open and honest with them. If you're way below, have a story. If you're way above that, have your story ready to go. And if you found this helpful, please subscribe to me. This way you get more of my information. It helps my channel to grow and to bring this honest feedback from somebody that's been in the trenches for 25 years. I won't mislead you. I'm only going to be telling you the honest truth that will help. And I get feedback daily that people are being helped by my advice. So subscribe for more information. And I hope this helps. Laurie Jane, Ask the Coach, founder of the Inside Game. Have a great day.